California's new congressional maps under Proposition 50 can remain in effect for now. This is a critical ruling by the courts. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Lisa Gonzalez.
And I'm Golston Dart. So a panel of federal judges today rejected a request from Republicans to block these new maps. Those maps were recently redrawn to help Democrats in future elections. KCRA 3 political director Ashley Zavala with us right now with more on this development and what's likely next to come. Ashley.
Well, Golston, this fight is heading to the United States Supreme Court. Just within the last half hour, the California Republican Party's leader said they will be asking for an emergency injunction from the nation's highest court here. California's Democratic leaders pushed for these new maps, and voters overwhelmingly passed them in response to Texas. Last year, Texas redrew its maps to help get more Republicans elected to the U.S. House of Representatives halfway through President Donald Trump's term. Republicans in California asked a panel of federal judges in California to block the maps, claiming they were drawn to favor Latino voters. In a 2-to-1 decision, the judges denied the request. Judge Josephine Staten wrote, quote, "We find that challengers have failed to show that racial gerrymandering occurred, and we conclude that there is no basis for issuing a preliminary injunction here on the maps in California." The judge who sided with Republicans, Judge Kenneth Lee, in his dissenting opinion wrote, quote, "This court should have acted to prevent California from following an unlawful path that will inevitably sow racial divisions and upset the melting pot that makes California great." After the order came down, I checked in on both sides of this case. California's Democratic Attorney General Rob Bonta and one of the Republicans who filed this lawsuit, Assemblyman David Tanguipa. Both are bracing for the Supreme Court to weigh in.
It was created completely lawfully. It is completely lawful, and unfortunately, we have, I believe, a number of folks playing partisan politics here instead of true facts and law, application of facts and law. I'm confident in whatever court we're in, that Prop 50 will be upheld. And we had a big win today with the 3-judge panel in federal court. And if we go to the U.S. Supreme Court, I'm confident there as well.
This was a split decision, and I would say that that's not a full repudiation, that what we were doing was full of it, I guess is the easy way to say it. So it's a 2-to-1 split decision. And again, we will make sure that we push this as far as we possibly can. Our case is something that is rooted in case law. It is rooted in history. So we expect just a fair shot, and that's all I want.
The United States Supreme Court upheld Texas's maps, which, again, those were drawn for Republicans. California's current maps, which were drawn by an independent citizen-led redistricting commission, have allowed 9 Republicans to represent the state in Congress. With the new maps, experts say that number could go down to 4.
All right, so this is getting more and more interesting, obviously. So what's the timeline? I'm asking, could we see this go to the Supreme Court?
Right, as we've been talking, I mean, the timeline could be compressed, but it's to be seen. Republicans wanted this wrapped up by next month. The filing deadline for anyone who wants to run for Congress to represent California in Washington, D.C. is in the beginning of March, but it's really not clear how much that deadline will sway the court to move as quickly as possible. Assemblyman David Tanguipa did note, though, that the United States Supreme Court did move pretty quickly for Texas. They would anticipate the same for California.
Makes sense. All right, Ashley, thank you.